Coming up next on This Week in Mizzou Basketball, we'll recap the start of the 2014-2015 season, introduce you to a Mizzou player who's trying to continue his family's tradition in the Tiger uniform, and go one-on-one with Missouri senior point guard Keith Schamberger. All that plus the conversation with head coach Kim Anderson next on This Week in Mizzou Basketball. This Week in Mizzou Basketball is brought to you by Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life, find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Missouri Orthopedic Institute, we've got your back. And Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. And welcome to the premiere episode of This Week in Mizzou Basketball for the 2014-2015 season, the first of 13 shows dedicated to Kim Anderson's Tiger basketball program. And we're joined by the head coach, Kim Anderson. I am Ben Arnett. And Coach, busy start to the season. First 4 to 6 weeks are in the books. And what are your general impressions of your team, your first month or so, your first season as the Tiger head coach?
Well, it's been a learning experience for everybody. I really... sometimes you can't tell it, but I think we have improved. I think our guys are getting better. We're a young team. We have a tendency to play well at times, and then we have a tendency to not play well. And so overall, your record would you'd like to have a better record than what we have right now. But I think that we are a work in progress. I've said that many times. I said that when I was hired, that I think that this is an opportunity for me to come in and build a program. Not really looking for that quick fix, but trying to build a program over a period of years. And we got a lot of young guys, trying to develop them and mix in some older guys.
What are some of your general philosophies as you have gotten started here and begin to build this program?
Well, what we've really tried to do is concentrate a lot on defense, and for the most part, we've done pretty well. We've had some games where we've struggled defensively against some really physical teams, but I think technique-wise, we're able to teach what we want to teach. I think guys are understanding better than maybe they did when they got here. Now, from an offensive standpoint, I think that's probably where we've been the most challenged, because we've been a little bit limited offensively. We want to play at a quick pace, but we want to play efficiently. We don't want to throw the ball away a lot, and that's something that we've done. We've had games where we've had way too many turnovers. We've had games where teams have maybe put a little pressure on us, and it's affected us as far as execution goes. And that's all stuff that's, to be honest, is not uncommon with a young team. And we're continuing to work on that every day, trying to build confidence more than anything, and then trying to do a better job of executing.
You mentioned how young this team is, a vast majority freshmen and sophomores. What are some of the advantages, though, of having such a young squad?
Well, I think one of the biggest advantages is you can kind of mold them, from the start. I think the toughest thing, Ben, is to change habits from where they were before. And not that they were bad habits, just different habits. And our emphasis has been more on playing hard, playing good defense, every possession. Every possession counts. And sometimes when young men are the best player on their team, and every guy we have was the best player on their team where they were before, it's easy to take a possession off because you're so good. You can take a possession off, and you can't do that. You can't do that in the SEC, and you can't do that in the games that we have played so far. So just getting guys, I think, to play hard for 40 minutes is a big challenge, because in the past, wherever they were before, maybe they didn't have to do that.
Well, Coach, it's been an exciting start to the season. We'll talk to you a little bit later in the show about what's coming up next. But right now, We're going to get a complete recap of Missouri's first month and a half of this campaign, the first one under new head coach Kim Anderson. Here's the Bud Light highlight. After starting the season with a disappointing loss to UMKC, Valparaiso visited Mizzou Arena, and the Tigers came out strong.
Clark hits the three. Gamble for the steal. It pays off. Naaman Wright all the way in. Follow up.
You know, Allen, since he's been in the ball game, he has made some terrific plays on the defensive end, and that's all pure hustle.
Mizzou led by a point at the half and used a 10-0 second-half run to pull away from the Crusaders.
If Missouri is stuck in a half-court set, Bill Caesar knocks into three. Missouri's going to struggle if it's always a half-court set.
Isabel and Wright, a couple of reserves on the floor along with Keanu Post. Touch pass to Post for the jam. Clark to Williams. Tigers running now.
Led by Wes Clark, 16 points. Kim Anderson picked up his first career win as Mizzou head coach. Oral Roberts came to Columbia just 3 days later. All Summit League standout Obi Emegano began the game scorching hot. Just has a way of getting to the basket, and that's a nice mid-range pull-up jumper for Obi Emegano, who was already in double figures. He would score 30 points as the Eagles led by 2 at the half, but Missouri started the second stanza on a mission. Wes Clark trying to tie it up, and he does from the outside.
Big shot there from Wes Clark, and he was contested. It was a tough shot. Hand was in his face, buried it, nothing but the net. Missouri got to find a way to beat this zone defense.
Gil Caesar puts Missouri back on top. Another three-pointer for the freshman. Corner three, Tremaine Isabel. And Missouri is starting to get it going from beyond the arc. While the Tigers would knock down 8 of 9 shots from three-point range in the second half, Oral Roberts went 0 for 9 from distance, and Techie Gil Caesar's 19 points led Missouri to a 14-point win. A trip to the islands followed at the Maui Invitational, but lopsided losses to Arizona and Purdue didn't exactly make Maui feel like paradise. The Tigers would rebound with an impressive win over Chaminade. Once again, the young freshman guards shine. 21 points from Naaman Wright, and 19 from Techie Gil Caesar, gave Mizzou a 74-60 win. The Tigers returned to Norm Stewart Court to face a Show-Me State rival, the Southeast Missouri State Redhawks. Simo wasn't intimidated by the Mizzou Arena stage. Yoye from the outside, and he knocks it down, a two-pointer, and the first 6 go to Southeast. Jonathan Williams streaks into the front court all the way to the hoop, and that's the kind of aggressive basketball the Missouri coaches want to see more of from J3. Heath Schamberger a 3. That's a big shot for Missouri. The Redhawks led for the game's first 36 minutes, but Mizzou's budding young stars once again gave the Tigers a jump start. Strong baseline drive by Naaman Wright.
Terrific defensive possession by Missouri.
Jonathan Williams III ties the basketball game. Just about 5 minutes to go. Thompson in Southeast. The Redhawks have answered all night long. And they do again. High off the glass from J.J. Thompson.
Nothing you can do there if you're Jonathan Williams III. That was great defense.
Techie Gil Caesar banks home a 3, and we're tied again. With just under 4 minutes to play, Mizzou finally grabbed the lead. D'Angelo Allen with 5. The freshman from Dallas puts it up and puts it down. And Missouri has its first lead of the night. A clutch Keith Schamberger three-pointer with under 20 seconds to play secured the win. Mizzou went on the road and stuck with Oklahoma in Norman for a half, but succumbed to the Sooners thanks to a 15-0 second-half run. So sitting at 4-4 on the season, Mizzou returned home to face Elon.
Schamberger to the right side. Top of the key, Williams drives it to the right elbow. Back outside Schamberger. Deep three. Rims in. Missouri's made three three-pointers. They lead at 9-3. To the right wing. 14:22 to play. Mizzou leading 9-8 in the paint. Rosberg for a jam on a good feed from the block from Jonathan Williams III. Shot clock at 15. Isabel working one-on-one left side. Bello, a three from the corner, goes down. He makes it and gets fouled with 9:47 to play in the first half. Isabel left side of the key to the free throw line. Forced 15-footer. Dances out. Rebound Williams snatches. Lays it up and in, and he'll step to the foul line after being fouled.
Missouri never trailed. Keith Schamberger and Jonathan Williams led the way with 16 points each, and D'Angelo Allen added 12 off the bench as the Tigers outlasted Elon and improved to 5-4 on the season.
This is Alex. We saw him holding Bud Light, which means he's up for whatever happens. So we surprised him with a new Buccaneers-themed living room.
Alex, come and check this out.
Hey, man. Cool. You like it?
Yeah.
Game day.
Alex!
Hey, what the
You're the number one Buck fan?
I am.
I love it. Come with me. Come on, Alex.
Look at my backyard. This is crazy. Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
I want to fire the cannon.
Yeah.
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
Shelter Insurance has covered a lot of miles and a lot of cars and drivers since 1946. We like knowing we have you covered, so you can just sit back and enjoy the ride. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
The day after the Tigers win, you can get 50% off your regular menu price order by ordering online at papajohns.com with the promo code TigersWin, only at papajohns.com. It's time for the Edward Jones Tiger Cage.
And joining us this week inside the Edward Jones Tiger Cage is senior point guard Keith Schamberger, being recognized for his performance early on in the season, averaging 8 points and 3 assists per game. And Keith, congratulations on a great start, but it was quite a journey to get here from LA to San Jose State to Hawaii and here. Give us kind of an idea of your roadmap and how you became a Tiger here for your 5th season, your last season in college basketball.
I had a lot of changes with my coaches, so I had to make a decision at the end of the day, and it was for me to go to a better university, and I wanted to play the top competition, and just to see where I am, and just to play against the top guys. So I wanted to end my career here, and that's where we're going now.
You know, it was only about a year ago that you were playing for Hawaii and playing against Missouri in that game at the Sprint Center in Kansas City. So what's it like now to be here, to be a Tiger, and playing with some of the guys you were going up against a year ago?
Yeah, it feels good to just play with the guys, and it feels good to put Missouri on every time you go out there. It's a big university, and they expect a lot out of you, a lot of wins, and they expect nothing but winning. So I like that a lot.
As I mentioned a moment ago, you're from Los Angeles, and that's a pretty vibrant basketball scene at the high school and AAU level. What was it like kind of coming up and learning the game amidst the backdrop of LA basketball?
It was fun. I mean, especially watching a lot of top players come up from LA, and a lot of good players come from LA. A lot of old players are from LA also. So just playing them in the summer also, getting to play them in the summer, and getting to just be around those guys, work out with them in the summer, it's a good thing to be from LA. Because once you're from LA, they all have your back because you're all from the same spot. So just dealing with that, that's a good thing for being from LA.
Lakers or Clippers?
Lakers.
Hey, one last question for you. You're one of the few veterans on this team,
Yeah.
a lot of young players on this Tiger team. What have you tried to do to mentor some of the young guys, the freshmen and sophomores on this team?
I just tell them just to stay confident in themselves and just keep believing in themselves no matter what. I mean, you can't go down on yourself when things go wrong, because I mean you still got a lot to learn, and you still got a lot to live for, and you can't just put your head down. You just got to keep your head up and keep going no matter what adversity comes your way. I just tell them, as me transferring, I don't think transferring is a good thing. As in, I mean, I did it to look out for myself, but to be here is a good thing, and to be around these people and be around these people in this organization is a great thing. So just being here is a great thing. And when you got good people around you, just keep them with you, because not too many times you'll get so many good people around you that you don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Keith, thanks for your time. That's a great perspective, by the way. We appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And a big thanks to our sponsor, Edward Jones, a proud supporter of Mizzou Athletics. Visit edwardjones.com today for more on investing. And now it's time for our Missouri Orthopedic Institute Player of the Week. For this first show, we're actually going to call it the Player of the Month, and it's Techie Gill-Caesar, one of those young players Keith was talking about. 6'6" guard, freshman from Vaughan, Ontario, averaging 14 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game early in the season, held to single-digit scoring only 2 times in his first 8 college games, scored 21 points in his college debut. Techie Gill-Caesar, the Player of the Week, brought to you by Missouri Orthopedic Institute. We've got your back.
This is Sean. We saw him holding a Bud Light, which means he's up for whatever happens. In this case, Jimmy Johnson.
I, Jimmy Johnson, challenge you to a little football game. Don't get nervous.
Are we ready? I'm ready. Jimmy Johnson has dominated the electric football circuit.
Yeah, look at the little Jimmy run. He's hurt. He's pushing through. He's pushing through. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's a winner.
Bud Light, the perfect beer for whatever happens.
If your dog can dream it, Purina Pro Plan can help him achieve it. Purina Pro Plan's bioavailable formulas deliver optimal nutrient absorption. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
Right now, get any large original or flatbread taco pizza for only $13.99. Casey's, famous for pizza.
And welcome back to This Week in Mizzou Basketball. For one Tiger, coming to play for Mizzou was a family decision. Lauren Holman has more on how sibling rivalry turned into a family legacy in the black and gold for Ryan Rosberg.
Growing up in St. Louis, Ryan Rosberg knew he would be a lifelong Mizzou fan.
Came to a lot of games. My family always traveled down to football games, basketball games all the time. So I was always a Mizzou fan, and it just felt like home. So this is where I wanted to go to school.
So when the 6'10" junior signed to play forward at Mizzou 3 years ago, his family wasn't shocked.
My wife and I are very proud, and all our immediate families we're big Ryan boosters and everything else. So it's been pretty neat that he's gone through the years.
You see, besides Rosberg's love for the university, it's also sort of a family legacy. Ryan's older brother Andy played for the Tigers.
They're 4 years apart, so they never really played a lot of basketball against each other because the big brother was always bigger than the little brother, and they never really played basketball against each other. But be it checkers or ping pong or anything, they're very competitive.
The sibling rivalry helped Ryan on the court.
We've been competitive our whole lives, and I think that helped me a ton athletically, him being 4 years older than me. So I would always go play football, play basketball with him and his friends. So I've always been competitive.
And it's that competitive nature that's made Ryan a natural leader for the Tigers.
I mean, so many younger guys will come up to me and ask me different things, and just being a guy that anyone can come and talk to, and kind of just trying to be a consistent guy who's just been in different situations and big games, then use that, to only help me and help the team.
Ryan's dad couldn't be more proud.
Every day it's just like he may be living a dream, but it's our dream too, just to have two sons that played Division I basketball. It's can't describe how important and exciting it's been.
An exciting ride that's far from being over just yet. For This Week in Mizzou Basketball, I'm Lauren Holman.
And now it's time for this week's Purina Pro Plan Player Profile. We focus on Mizzou strength coach Matt Herring, and you also get a look at the Herring family cat, Taco. Herring is a native Texan who previously worked for the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA. He also helped Florida win back-to-back national championships under head coach Billy Donovan. Matt Herring, this week's Player Profile, brought to you by Purina Pro Plan.
If your dog can dream it, Purina Pro Plan can help him achieve it. Purina Pro Plan's bioavailable formulas deliver optimal nutrient absorption. Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
The Top 25 is brought to you by Shelter Insurance. For a free auto, home, and life insurance protection review, visit your local Shelter agent or find us on the web at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. When the Tigers welcomed the Nebraska Cornhuskers to Columbia on March 5, 1994, they had already won the Big 8 championship. But Mizzou wanted to secure the first undefeated conference record in school history. It would not be easy. The game included more than 20 lead changes, and the final minute of the game was worth the price of admission alone. Down by 1 point with 16 seconds to play, Melvin Booker capped up an All-American career at the Hearn Center by scoring to put Mizzou up by 1, then extended the lead with a free throw. When Eric Piakowski's 30-foot three-pointer rattled out, Norm Stewart's Tigers had dominated the Big 8 Conference with a 14-0 record, the last undefeated season in Big 8 history.
And we're back to wrap things up on This Week in Mizzou Basketball with head coach Kim Anderson. I'm Ben Arnett. And Coach, a busy and exciting time coming up. You got finals coming up and a couple of huge non-conference games. It starts Saturday right here at Mizzou Arena when you host Xavier.
Great basketball team. You know, obviously a team with great tradition, a team that really likes to push the basketball, get it down the floor, take the ball to the hole, got a really solid guard play, and their inside guys are good too. And it'll be a tremendous challenge, I think, for us. You know, we're a team that needs to limit our mistakes. We need to do a good job of taking good shots and do a good job defensively on these guys because you know, they're one of the top teams in the country. So it should be a great game. I'm excited about the game. I hope we have a great crowd here in Mizzou Arena.
And then, of course, life in college basketball means finals week. And how do you, as a head coach, balance school with the work that's got to be put in when you see Illinois coming up on the schedule?
Yeah, well, I'm glad I'm not taking finals. That's one thing. You know, we'll take it easy. You know, that's one probably disadvantage. You're getting ready to play a great basketball team in Illinois in a bragging rights game, great atmosphere in St. Louis.
And of course, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we actually are going to take next week off from this show because of finals, so we won't see folks again before Illinois comes up on the schedule. So let's talk a little bit generally about the bragging rights game. It's a holiday classic in St. Louis, and as you mentioned, so much on the line whenever Missouri and Illinois hook up.
Well, it's a great atmosphere. You know, I'm excited. I haven't been to the game in 15 years, so participated in many of them as an assistant coach. You know, I remember we played Illinois when I was a player, but I don't think it was the bragging rights game yet, and it wasn't in St. Louis. So there have been some great classics over the years. You know, the one I remember most is the '93 game, the triple overtime, being a part of that. So looking forward to it. You know, I know how much it means to the Illinois fans and the Missouri fans, so I think it should be an exciting day.
That '93 game, there was a lot for an assistant coach to help Norm Stewart keep up with all the players going in and out, players fouling out, right?
There weren't very many players left, and it was over. The big challenge was just keeping Coach from going out there to the free throw line and blocking the guy's shot.
Well, that was a fun game. We hope for another classic this year, and of course, good luck against Xavier as well, and good luck with finals. There's a lot going on.
All right, thanks, Ben.
That's head coach Kim Anderson, and I'm Ben Arnett. For our entire Mizzou Network crew, we thank you so much for watching. Again, we're off next week for finals, but check your local listings for the next edition. We'll see you again next time on This Week in Mizzou Basketball.
This Week in Mizzou Basketball was brought to you by Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life, find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Casey's General Store, Casey's, famous for pizza. And Missouri Orthopedic Institute. We've got your back.